lot of talk tonight about margin for error and how small it might be for this team. JJ just talked about that in the coaches' room over there. Do you sense that as well?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're playing a good team, you got to be very locked into attention to details and execute more than you don't. And, we didn't do that tonight. And that's, a big reason we lost.
How's your knee doing?
I feel great.
Think it'll be good to go for Tuesday against Washington?
I prepare to play every game. If something happens between here and there, then that's what it is. But as of right now, I'm prepared to play.
We've talked with JJ about this several times this season. He brought it up even post-game identity and how even good teams, great teams, they go through multiple throughout a year. The Clippers seem like they very much are grounded in their identity. Do you guys feel like you guys are grounded in your identity? Know what you guys are on a night-to-night basis?
I feel like we're working to get there. New staff, new head coach. It would be beautiful if you could just come in, snap your finger, and you know exactly what you're supposed to do every single possession. So I'd say we're still working there. Everybody's trending in the right direction. So, that's a positive. But like you said, they know their identity. Every player over there knows what they're out there to do. And, we're working to get there.
As you guys approach the midway point of the season, having that knowledge of the last 40 games, what does the identity of this team need to be for the last 42 games, 41 games?
Connected and playing the right way. That's really, on both ends, you've got to be, connected 1 through 5. Every guy that's out there, even the guys on the bench can help talk, communicate. So you just got to be connected, coaching staff, players, all basically with, one common goal to win, one heartbeat. So you just got to get on that same wavelength and, play team basketball.
Also, you talked about, with this team being the first team that you had to go against that blitzed you. This team uses a lot of blitzes, uses a lot of double teams. How have you seen your guys' growth in terms of handling the double team? They double LeBron every single time he touches it. Same with AD, double you at times, blitz pretty much everyone. How have you felt like you guys have dealt with that over these last couple of years?
You make good plays, you make bad plays. Anytime tonight there was an empty corner pick and roll, they blitzed it. As the ball handler, whoever it is, you just got to give yourself up. And if it's hit the guy in the pocket, which is usually AD, for him to be able to play 4-on-3 on the backside, that's what you got to do. You can't have any selfish intentions of trying to race the big or what it is, just, sacrificing yourself because, on the backside you're going to have a 4-on-3. I feel like we, did a good job of that. And like I said, we're still learning. But, that's really, any team. You can go find any team that's clicking on all cylinders, and, they're still trying to, learn things as well.
Lustin, you guys have been using more double center lineups with AD and Jackson recently, and JJ's kind of talked about trying to see what those look like. Tonight you guys had that 13-2 run to close the third. What have you seen from those units as you guys play a little bit bigger?
Yeah, I think it just gives us a different look. AD is 95% of the time guarding everybody's big five, but when you do that, you can kind of do what say Memphis has done in the past with Jaren Jackson. You can kind of put him on, you can kind of move AD off that 5, put him on, you can pick 1 through 4 to match him up with and kind of let him be a roamer and just cause havoc. And I think that could be really good for us. But we'll have to continue to see what that looks like.
LeBron, you cut their lead in half in the fourth quarter, but could not get closer than 11. What were some of the reasons why you guys did not win tonight?
They capitalized off our turnovers and mistakes defensively. It's a great team, very well coached, Hall of Famers, great complimentary players. Norm having a great season, Big Zoo, big time. So, when you're playing against a great team, you got to limit your mistakes offensively and defensively because they make you pay, and I think they did that tonight.
Seeing what Kawhi had to go through this summer where he left you guys and wasn't able to go to Paris and then obviously missed in the first portion of this season, what was it like to have him back out there and competing against him again?
Well, I mean, listen, for me, it's always great to go against the best. And you know, I know I don't have that many opportunities to continue to go against the best, you know, so it's great to have him back out there.
You've been telling us that the margin of error is small in this room for a few years now.
Yep.
Are there ways it can get bigger internally?
Bigger or better?
Can you give yourself more margin? Are there things that you can do some nights to make it easier? Is this just going to be
that's how our team is constructed. We don't have room for much for error.
How can you guys navigate the sort of mental demands of having to play close to perfect basketball?
We don't have a choice. I mean, that's the way our team is constructed, and we have to play close to perfect basketball. We know the game is never perfect. It's never going to be a 48-minute perfect basketball game, but you know, we can't combat it on multiple possessions in a row, or you know, if we turn the ball over, we have to do a better job with that. If we're making like aggressive turnover plays where, like, you know, we're trying to make the right play to our teammates, but it's some of the careless ones, and then defensively, we can't have breakdowns. We can't, you know, if our coaching staff has a game plan for us, we can't break down on the game plan.
It's happened for stretches like you guys have had, you know, 3 weeks where you guys have been really, really good. You guys have had 2 week stretches where you guys have been pretty bad. Is that, you think, because of what we're talking about with, you know, just that it's impossible to consistently play near good play?
No, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but you know, we just got to keep putting our foot forward and keep working.
LeBron, you know, it's NBA, a rivalry week. You have this, you know, matchup here with the Clippers tonight. With your career, you had so many rivalries when it comes to teams and individual play. Just how important is rivalry to the game of the NBA and when it comes to the growth of the league as well?
I don't know. I know marquee players and transcendent players and generational players is very key for the league. Great teams is key for the league. You know, and being rivalry is all part of sports. It's not just the NBA. It's everywhere. You know, it's in every sport that you could think of. Everyone has a rival or have had a rival, but you know, it's just it's always fun to be a part of one. If you have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity to play at the highest level and be able to be a part of some rivalries, it's always pretty cool.
Last question.
What do you make of James Harden's kind of impact? You know, the ability to still do this at a high level at his age, but just his overall impact on basketball the last decade, just the offense that he kind of built up.
Simply just a great player who loves to play the game. Plays at his own pace. You know, and has won every stop that he's been at. Obviously the Brooklyn thing was a quick stop, but you know, you look at OKC. I played against him, you know, when he was super young and I was younger. You know, in the finals, went off to Houston. We know what he did down there. You know, and you know, went over to Philly, played some great ball, and here playing great ball. He's a guy, just a selfless guy. Go out there and just plays the game. He's been able to reinvent himself. I mean, you know, it was at one point where he was giving guys 50-point triple-doubles, 60-point triple-doubles, you know, and, you know, now he just plays the game in the right way. He can score when he wants to. He finds he's always been a great passer. So it's pretty cool.
Hey, Rui, right here. JJ talked about how, you know, he gave the Clippers credit for the defensive effort and kind of forcing guys into tough shots. For you being out there, what did you see just that made it kind of difficult for you guys to get good looks at the basket?
I think, yeah, their team defense was great. You know, they knew exactly what we do, and they were trying to not let us get into the pocket pass with the AD, and they're trying to, you know, force us to go, you know, somewhere that we know we don't really usually do, like, you know, stuff that we know we're really comfortable with. And yeah, their team defense was great.
Rui, obviously not the outcome that you wanted, but what's your evaluation and just this is the first time you guys have played at Intuit Dome. What's your evaluation of just the arena and the atmosphere? And what do you think are the second question and kind of the second part, what do you think are the keys to you guys getting to that consistent play that you talked about a couple of days ago? Yeah,
it was a great, you know, I think it was, I've been playing in like a lot of arenas, but this was one of the newest ones that I played, and yeah, it was it felt a little different in the other arenas. Just more futuristic, I guess that's what I want to say. But yeah, it was I know I see more. I feel like I see more Lakers fans. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the second question was, what was that? Oh yeah, consistent. Yeah, I think in the game, I think we have the time, the 5 minutes that we don't know what we're doing. Literally, offensively, we not organized. Defensively, we not moving. Not trying to play defense. And like second half, like I think we did much better. We're moving more active on the defense end, and offensively we're sharing the ball, moving the ball, and attacking to the rim and stuff. But yeah, I think we have to do the consistently. Like those games. Every game we have the time that those minutes, and those are we literally that's the what we always lose. So we got to be consistent in that.
Rui, when you guys see defenses like the Clippers, like you said, that take you off like you guys' game plan, what's the aftermath? Like, you guys go watch film, or what do you feel like the adjustments you guys got to make?
Yeah, watch film, but also I think as a team we have to focus on us. We no matter the defense is, we have to even that we have to kind of organize. Somebody got to organize, and we have to do what we have to do. The job. Us like me, like role players. We have to get in the spots. Get into go to offense, rebound, like those kind of stuff. Those are not not gonna change it every game. So I have to do that, and it starts from me and everybody. And make those AR, Braun, AD, easier. Isolation, and easier to score for them. We have to be the guys, like especially for me, Max. To be in the spots and be ready for them.
Despite their defense, I mean, you still got some shots to drop. Finished with 19 points. I guess what did you see out there? What was kind of working for you? And obviously, you guys will see tough defensive teams like this. I guess kind of what can you kind of carry over in terms of being able to produce against defenses like this?
And especially tonight was with LeBron. He gets a lot of attention. He gets all the attention defensively. Like literally, sometimes they're just ball watching. So I just back cutting, and of course LeBron's always looking, watching me. So that's I had a connection with him for a long time. So that was an easy one. But I think those are stuff that when they attract a lot of defense, attention. So especially Braun and AD. So we have to be more. We have to move. But we can't kill the space. We gotta get back to watch film and trying to see and talk to them. What's the spacing looking like, and you have to fix that.
Hey Rui, when you got a big center like Zubac who's doing well on the offensive glass, what could you guys do as a team to kind of keep him off the offensive glass?
It's a team rebounds. We talk about it too. It's now AD can just push him. Zubac's really big, and he's strong. So we all have to. We talk about it too. We have to do team rebounds. We got to push from a side, whatever, and two guys, three guys, and yeah, we did it. We kind of did it, but we didn't do the whole game. So that's why he got this offense rebounds for sure.
どうもお疲れ様です。はい。後半に入る前にどんな風に後半すごい活躍だったんですけれども、何かコーチたちから言われたのか、それともあとは何か自分でこういう風にしようと思われた、どういった。
そうですね。自分でファーストハーフあまり良くなかったので、自分でしっかり切り替えてセカンドハーフ、チームの勢いになるようにいろんなディフェンスでもリバウンドでも得点でもやっていこうと思って、もっと動きをアクティブにしてやろうと思ってやったので、そこは意識しましたね。
今の話にちょっと重なるかもしれないんですけども、コーチレディックが八村選手は試合に逆らわない、 その無理をしないというか、その試合の流れの中でこう自分のやるべきことを見つけてやってるっていうふうに言ったんですけども、そのいつも言ってるアグレッシブにやるっていうのと、その試合に逆らわないっていうのと、どういうふうに自分の中で両立させていますか？
そうですね、そういうロールプレイヤーでやってる中でレブロンとか AD とかとやってる時にそういうのを見ながらやっぱり自分でも、フィルムももちろん見てますし、こういう時にもっとこういうのができたとか、もうこういう時にはあまりやらないようにとか、そういうところを考えながらやってるので、そこは、もう自分の中で得意なものだと思ってやってるので、それを続けていきたいなと思います。
JJ, do you have anything initially on Austin? And you had obviously asked out after that play where he landed awkwardly.
I believe he banged knees, need a knee.
Is that something that's a concern, or you have to wait and see how he feels?
We'll wait and see how he feels. Sometimes that can be a 10-hour thing or a day. I don't know. I've had it before, so we'll see.
Gotcha. What did you make of the first half and just how it seemed like Clippers are scoring pretty easily? Obviously, scored a lot. You made a push in the second half, but where did you see things go awry in that first half?
It was one of those games where you want your offense to help your defense, and didn't make shots, turned the ball over. So, I thought we did a good job. 11 possessions of zone in the first half. They scored 8 points. We did a good job of mixing it up. There was some, a great team. I consider them a great team. They have Hall of Famers. Zubac is a monster. I thought he was, in some ways, the difference with his offensive rebounding, particularly in the second half. Gave up 9 offensive rebounds in the second half. He had 6 of them. But against great teams, you make mistakes. You don't get a loose ball. You don't get the defensive rebound. They make you pay. Every time we made a mistake, they made us pay. But our guys competed. We fought. We stayed together. This is for us, this was a good process for us. Didn't get the result we wanted. Did some really good things in the second half. That's a real defense. They have a real defense, and they're physical.
JJ, I know you've said to us, identities within teams tend to come and go, and you might have one for a month, then it goes away. You mentioned them. I mean, they are very much who they are. Did you see that kind of play out? I mean, just like the way their size, the way their intention.
Yeah, I saw it early in the season. They were one of the 3 games that I watched, actually. Inside joke if you were at our scrum the other day. Watching them on tape, because a lot of times, we're obviously playing opponents that they've played. They're a defensive team with an offensive engine and a bunch of guys who play their roles really well. Then you add Kawhi to that, and the guy just doesn't miss. If he gets to a spot and shoots the ball, I don't care how good the defense is, I don't care how good the contest is, he doesn't miss. They certainly have an identity, and this was like a James Harden game. Got him inside the line. He obviously hit some threes. We did a good job outside of 2 plays, keeping him off the line. I thought Gabe did a good job with the side contests. The Harden contest, you can't contest straight on against him. He'll draw the foul. Doesn't have a super efficient shooting night, but he gets 12 assists and manipulates the game and all that stuff. So they're good.
For your group, what do you think it'll take for it to find itself and have that sort of sense of self the same way that they do?
I think we are growing, and we all know that during the growth process, you have some bumps, and that's okay. That's okay. Our group is we're together and we're connected, and certainly more times than not, and we'll continue to grow and build. But there's some good stuff tonight. There was some good stuff. So yeah, we got to keep trying to get better.
JJ, you've talked about playing more two big lineups, and tonight you go to that two big lineup to close the third. You guys go on a 13-2 run. What did you see during that stretch, and just as you've started to, with Jackson backs, to kind of test these lineups out? What have you seen in general?
Yeah, I think we, in theory, should be able to get more defensive rebounds, and when we set our defense, we have more size. I think that group did a really good job, and some of that was actually in scramble mode too, when we mixed up some fires throughout the game and we mixed up some zone throughout the game. But I like that, just flexibility, and I also, again, like the way the group responded to in-game stuff. They're, ultimately, Kawhi made shots, couldn't keep Zubac off the glass, and anytime Powell got loose, he made his pay.
You guys had 16 points in the paint in the first half. I think you guys also had 16 points in the paint in that third quarter alone. Even understanding the Clippers being a defensive-oriented team, they're switching to keep you out the paint. What wasn't working offensively for you guys in terms of getting inside the paint and scoring, and what, I guess, did you see that was better in that third quarter compared to the first half?
We missed a lot of layups tonight, and we missed a lot of layups, and then in the first half we generated a ton of open threes, didn't make them. You make open threes, you're going to get more points in the paint. So I think it just didn't make shots.
When we were looking at your guys' schedule, really post-Christmas, you had this long run with very little road time, and that's almost up. You got a couple games this week, and then you got the long road trip. Obviously, there was a huge thing out of your guys' control, and that it can't be understated how much of that impact that felt. But is there any sense of, man, we weren't able to capitalize on this time in the schedule maybe the way we would have liked to? Or is there still time to do that?
Yeah, I don't think you can certainly look at a calendar and say this is an easier part of the schedule and this is a more difficult part. Nothing's going to be easy for our team. And, I figured that out very early in the season, and that's okay. And we're going to keep fighting. So we're in a good spot. I don't know what it is after today, whatever we are, sixth. Are we sixth? Yeah, we have 18 losses. Yeah, so by the loss column, we're sixth. Would like to be higher. I think there's a couple games we can all say we should have won. Like, we haven't had any of those games where you're like, well, we kind of stole that one. We're going to get a couple back at some point. We just got to continue to trust each other, and we'll be fine.
Hey, Coach. You've been on this both as a player and now as a coach. Just wondering what you felt from the energy tonight, your takeaway from the energy from the building, being here for the first time.
Great atmosphere, just a great setup. Like I said pregame, Steve and the Clippers. I know Steve probably wasn't the architect on this, but truly fun place to play in, and obviously being Lakers Clippers. It was a great atmosphere. You felt it. You felt the juice. You felt the energy. It was fun.
JJ, you just said that you figured out early that there won't be easy nights for you guys. What does it take to play 82 games when it's like that? What's it going to take from your team to navigate just sort of the demands of it being tough, basically every time you guys take the court?
Yeah, I think. Again, it goes back to just not having a huge margin for error. And, I think our group is like, if one guy is gone from the rotation, there's an exponential effect to that. I think when we're healthy, we're whole, and we're playing and connected and we execute, I think we're a great basketball team. That's what I mean by that. I don't like, we have a 22-18 record. We have a negative net rating. Like, that's, some of that is lost some games because we've died. But it's just we just don't have a huge margin for error, and nor can we create that margin organically. It has to be emphasized daily to touch the paint, to play paint, paint to great mentality, to make the extra pass. We don't have a guy on our team that is going to necessarily always draw two to the ball. We don't have a guy on our team that's going to be able to get past his guy one-on-one and get to the paint and spray out. That's just not our team. So we have to do it through connectivity, through execution. And when we do that, we're really good.
Hey, Coach. Talking about some positives. So today, I did like the zone defense that you were talking about. You guys ran it a little bit in the second, too. I like those little spurts, but also Rui and Max, too, as well. What did you see from those two? Rui at 19 today, but I really like how Max's growth has been over these last couple of games. What have you seen from that, too?
I mean, Max has had a nice little stretch here since we put him in the starting lineup. I think he's continuing to not only develop as a player and develop his confidence, but he's developing as a pro. I think that's what all young guys need to learn, is just how to become a pro. And that's not necessarily just, I go to the gym and shoot, or I do my recovery and I eat right. It's all part of it for sure, but it's the consistency of this is what we're going to get from this guy every night, and he's been great with that. And Rui, I mean, he's again, he's a great guy to coach. His intent and heart is always in the right place. He wants to help the team, wants to win, whatever the game. He's a great example of, like, some games it's going to be one of his games. Some games it's not, and he never fights it. He never fights the game, so he's easy to coach.